Imagine a world young and vibrant, a world teeming with people, the descendants of Adam and Eve. In the beginning, this world held so much promise. The air was fresh, the rivers ran clear, the earth was generous, offering its fruits freely. Humanity was meant to grow to flourish, to fill the earth with goodness and laughter. They were meant to walk with their Creator, to reflect His love in their own lives. But something went terribly wrong. A shadow began to creep over the hearts of men and women. A darkness that started as a whisper grew into a deafening roar, drowning out the gentle voice of conscience and kindness. The wickedness was not a secret. It paraded itself in the open streets. It was a poison that had seeped into the very soil of civilization. People's thoughts, from the moment they awoke to the moment they slept, were consumed by evil. Kindness became a weakness. Cruelty became a strength. The strong preyed on the weak without a second thought. Violence was not just a tool, it was a form of entertainment, a way of life. Every imagination, every plan hatched in the minds of the people was only evil, all the time. Now think about God, the Creator, the one who had spun the stars into existence. He breathed life into the first man. He looked down upon the world He had made. He saw it all. He saw every act of cruelty. He heard every lie. He felt every pang of suffering. His heart was not filled with anger alone. It was filled with a profound, deep sadness. The sorrow of a parent watching their child choose self-destruction. The Bible says, "The Lord was sorry that He had made man on the earth." His heart was grieved. A pain so deep it shook the foundations of heaven. This was not a fleeting emotion. This was a deep, abiding grief. Every wicked thought, every violent act, each a blow to the heart of the Creator. He had given humanity the gift of free will. But in this world of darkness, there was a single point of light, one man. His name was Noah. In the middle of all the corruption and violence, Noah was different. The Bible says he was a just man, blameless in his generation. And this does not mean he was perfect, but it means his heart was turned toward God. While everyone else was consumed by their own evil desires, Noah walked with God. He listened. He obeyed. He maintained his integrity in a world that had none. And because of this, Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. He was the one hope for the future of humanity. One day God spoke directly to Noah. It was not a whisper on the wind, but a clear and direct command. "The end of all flesh has come before me," God said, "for the earth is filled with violence through them." God explained His heartbreak and His terrible decision to bring a flood of waters upon the earth. Everything that breathed, everything that lived on the land, would perish. The words must have struck Noah with a terrifying awe. The world he knew, everything and everyone in it, was going to be destroyed. But God did not leave Noah in despair. He gave him a mission, a lifeline. What do you do when you are told the world is about to end? When you are given a task that seems impossible? Noah did not question. He did not hesitate. He did not ask for proof or argue about the logistics. The Bible simply says Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. His response was one of immediate and complete obedience. While the world was defined by rebellion, Noah was defined by his trust in God. He heard the command and he set to work. The work was, honestly, monumental. Imagine the sheer effort, felling massive gopherwood trees, sawing the timber into planks, shaping each piece according to the divine blueprint. This was not a small project. It would have taken decades. Day after day, year after year, Noah and his sons labored under the sun, measuring, cutting, joining the massive beams together, driven by the urgency of God's command. Building a boat on dry land, he was an island of obedience in an ocean of wickedness. As the ark took shape, a wooden mountain, Noah's faith did not waver. Then the day came. After decades, the ark was finished, built exactly to God's instructions. From the forests, the plains, the skies, the animals came. Not a stampede, but an orderly procession. 2 by 2 they came, lions and lambs, bears and gazelles, eagles and sparrows, creatures of all shapes and sizes, drawn by an unseen hand, walked up the ramp. Marketing image. The completed ark, standing on a grassy plain as Noah, his family, and pairs of animals walk up the ramp into the great door. The mockers watched in stunned silence. Finally, the procession was over. Every creature aboard, all food stored. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, their wives stood at the entrance. They took one last look at the world. A beautiful world turned ugly, a world that refused to listen. With solemn hope, they stepped across the threshold, leaving wickedness behind. It was not Noah who closed the door. The Lord shut him in, the door sealed by God. Inside, they were safe. Outside, the sky began to darken. A flood, a great deluge to wipe the slate clean. It would wash away the violence, the corruption, the hatred, and at sunrise beyond the storm, a new beginning could emerge.